Because you remember the bad times.
The bad times.
You know?
The times where Mewtwo King would just shuffle through a box of 20 controllers, testing for dashback, and then pay 3 figures for each one to some random person that brought it from home. Those were the bad times. Now we're in the hyper-capitalist times where you have to pay $400 for Gooms to quit hitting his bong to send it to you in the mail. And you're like, all right, whatever. It's all messed up.
It's all messed up. Cody, this tournament repping Eggdog, I think, who is, shout out to Eggdog, it's makes funny YouTube videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
cool.
But also, I think, but I thought it was cool, because I saw the announcement on Twitter, but Eggdog apparently has kind of always watched Melee a little bit, and is just a normie, makes cute videos.
Oh, cool.
But kind of just is into Melee, and has from years and years ago. So I just thought that was tight.
You know what? There's so many secret Melee fans.
Exactly.
You know Jarvis Johnson?
Yeah, I love that dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I met him last year, and we were just talking and getting to know each other. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I know you from Melee. I watch Melee all the time."
From Melee. That's so sick. That's so sick.
And it's so cool.
Jarvis Johnson. Well, first of all, was it Ludwig's birthday?
Scuffed World Tour.
No. There was a dinner thing
really?
A year or two ago. Yeah. Cutie set up a thing. Anyway, Jarvis was there.
Okay.
It was tight.
I don't remember
it was awesome.
that.
Yeah, Jarvis was there.
I'm such a socialite tough these days.
There were a lot of people there, and you were for sure at the other table. There was a yard table, and then there was a table with a bunch of us, and Jarvis was actually there, which was cool.
Yeah.
Another fun random fact: Jarvis and Stans worked together at Patreon before either of them were content creators,
yes,
which is funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Isn't it a small little world?
It's a small little world.
Small little tiny world.
Yes, they're buds. It's great. Okay.
2 buds on the battlefield, but it's actually a dreamland state.
Bars.
Cody Schwab is just, he's so hot right now.
So hot right now.
Cody Schwab's so hot right now.
Dude, it looks so hard to beat this guy in Fox Dittos.
Cody's an interesting player because he wins so much, you cannot look away from him, right? Cody Schwab is in the conversation all the time, which is the mark of one of the greats.
Yeah.
And I think that's really special. You know what I mean?
I do.
Especially in these online, Coinbox and stuff. He's won how many of them? 5? Has there been 5?
Yeah, I think
it's 5 to 6.
All of them.
Very sick, very sick.
And there's a bounty, I think, now for the first person to beat him, maybe even take a set. I don't,
It's a bounty to beat him in Coinbox, I believe. Oh no.
Left's done with game 1.
Maybe it's the port.
And it was funny because Cody, I think tried to do up throw upward. Certainly didn't mean to do up throw forward air, so he got the wrong input. And it didn't even matter because Leffen was like, dude, whatever, dude.
Just crashed to earth.
Just miss your combos against me. It doesn't matter. I'm just done here. It feels like that some ways. These two they started playing a decent amount online. They don't live in the same continent, but they have a good enough connection that I think they consider each other good friends. Yeah.
Interesting.
So they've been grinding a little bit on stream lately, actually, a good bit, and they'll do it on a Discord call, so they talk about what they think the other one's better or worse at. It's really quite fascinating.
Do you just eat that up as a Fox player? You're like, yes, sir.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, because I'm well, I need to get better, and this is one way I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about whatever's cutting edge, for sure. But also, it's just cool to see, because they'll go on, Cody probably, I think everyone thinks of Cody as slightly better right now, but Leffen will also go on periods where he just wins a bunch of games in a row,
Yeah, Leffen, he's still no slouch. It's just that, again, which has always been his issue, we just forget about him because he doesn't play as much.
Right.
And Cody is someone who's playing literally everything.
Every week,
because
online,
he needs to make money to live.
Right.
So he treats the Fox like a job opportunity.
Yeah.
Which is respectable.
For sure. Oh, dash attack that. Whoa, that was weird.
Bonk his head.
Yeah, and he got that green bounce on the stage where you're in hit stun forever.
Yeah.
For some reason.
It's like an ultimate bounce.
Yes, it's awful. Oh my god. I feel like,
forever.
dude, and it was worse than Smash 4. I feel like you would
Smash
always
4 was crazy.
Oh, you'd always see people dying at 10%.
And the animation too, it was like this giant crater around your character, and you're just stuck there on the wall like Spider-Man. Like what is going on?
It's brutal. Yeah, it's brutal. I remember back before we froze the stadium, it used to happen so much, off the tree. You bounce them off the tree and they're in hit stun forever. Yeah. They fly in this parabolic arc.
You ever hop on a setup and the stage starts changing and it's like an actual earthquake, and you're like, oh God, I forgot what this is like.
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, dude, Cody's dash attacks have been crazy. He's just trusting it. He's charging all the way in there. It's honestly reminiscent. We were talking earlier about like that level of feel you have to have of your opponent's neutral to where they're giving you the respect to run all the way in and do, like, let's say a short up air. Honestly, dash attack, kind of a similar vibe. If they just do a drill in place or a nair in place, it gets cleanly stuffed.
Dash attack is a very beatable move, but when they make it work, you know who was really good at that was also SFAT.
Oh, yeah.
SFAT's dash attacks were always the right time and the right place, it felt like. But that was a 3-stock.
A 3-stock.
Cody, he's so hot right now. It's too hot.
I think
you got to cool this guy down.
Got a handle on neutral really well. Got a little egg-dog, little poster in the background. Love that. Definitely feels like he's got a handle on neutral with the dash attacks, just kind of picking the spots where Leffen's not expecting him to just charge all the way in. And the ledge interactions, like, Leffen's getting some bad breaks. Bad breaks at the ledge. You got to hit this. Oh, has he?
Oh, he almost did it. He almost Cody Schwabbed him. Almost. Just those impossible recoveries where you're like, he will never be recovering, and then you spit your cereal out.
That was like a double entendre joke because it's also like, I thought you were doing an I be doing work thing, so it's just like, that was
I mixed you up real good.
That was awesome. No, that was great.
Yes, sir. Well, you still beat me in tournament, so.
89 down. Okay, you got it. Nice. Clean. And I think for Leffen and for the kind of melee, I think, okay, so Cody too, but I think Leffen is that surgeon I discussed earlier, where he wants to walk around set up knowing he played good, clean melee.
Yes.
And when he hits a clean zero to death, I think that powers him up. And you know, we're seeing kind of with it,
he's the kind of guy who's like, this is right.
This is right.
I'm just right. I'm just correct right now.
Exactly.
And when he gets to validate that through playing really, really clean and getting rewarded off it, ooh, that was
crazy.
He did that. He's like, whoa!
This animation. Whoa.
That's it, because Cody's too hot right now. He's like,
Cody's too hot right now. Hot potato.
And then Leffen, I think you're right. He powers up, because that's the nature of the kind of person he is. It's like, I did the right thing and I got rewarded. Damn right.
Damn right.
You know?
Yep. That's how it should be. And I think that game one where he kind of like left off and says, like, enough of this game. This is disgusting. I think that was like, you know, screw this.
He does. That is so right. When Melee is being played poorly by him or otherwise, he says that too. He's like, disgusting.
Exactly. And Cody hit him with like what was like an up throw forward air, and like so he didn't even do the right aerial. And Leffen was like, dude, whatever.
And I still lost.
Get me out of here.
Good back airs. Nice ones even. He did like 7 in a row.
So, something that they were talking about on stream. So dude, you know who put me onto this? I got to shout out my boy who I don't think is here, but I'm surprised he's not here, Sheridan Zalewski, who I love, Dr. Z. And crazy that Dr. Z, of all people, noticed this, but back in the day, that Dr. Z told me Leffen is the best at back airing from the ledge to hit one Firefox angle and then having the perfect timing to like maybe cover a high angle with like another back air. You know where you like you back air, then you land, then if they went high, you back air again.
Yeah.
And Leffen was talking about how his back air edge guards from ledge had gotten a little bit worse recently. This was to Cody. And how he wanted to start like doing it more. And so they were kind of talking about this.
Okay.
And that whole edge guard at the end of last game, that's exactly what that was.
Yeah, that was. Because he hit him like 5 times in a row. Unironically, 5 back airs in a row as Cody just desperately tried to get back on stage. It's cool to see that too. Like if you follow these guys and watch their streams and like how their practicing is going, and they say, "Oh, I want to start hitting this more," and then game day shows up and they hit it.
Right.
You're like, "Ooh,
there that is."
You clap like a seal. You're like, "Ooh, I knew that. I knew the lore there."
That's my guy, and it's cool. I think for a lot of like fans of the game, where like you've got your favorite player or whatever. Like if you're a Mango fan, you watch Mango a lot. Everybody knows what. That's why we keep saying things are the Mango. Because there's thousands of Mango fans who see it. And they're like, he did that to Gio that one time. That's crazy.
I think Gio has been the recipient of every Mango in the book. He's a codex.
And he's down. He's down. It makes him...
Mango hits me with a Mango. I don't know.
It's like double SDI from Cody there, by the way.
But then Gio would be like, he didn't tell you about the Geo, though?
Yeah, and he does. And to Mango's credit, he does.
He's like, that's a Geo.
He does. He tries to do the upper platforms. He goes, Geo, and then Mango usually misses. It's very hard.
He misses it.
And then he goes, because I just have this recollection where he'll miss it, and then he'll go, dang, how does Geo do that every time? And he said that exact thing like 5 times. It's like, Geo gets that every time. How does he do that? So, it is what it is.
It's just Fox players. I guess Spacey players all communicating in their own language.
I'd like to think that at the end of the day, I know Foxes and Falcons talk a lot of smack, but I'd like to think that at the end of the day, we kind of come together,
And hate Marth. Yeah, obviously. There is one enemy, and it is Marth.
It is Marth. It is Marth. It is Marth.
And that's beautiful. Ooh, he did a
so beautiful
little turnaround grab.
Oh, what was that?
Crazy angle.
Insane.
And that's that new stuff too. You know, like even up to 1 year ago, that's a good back air by Leffen, I think. You know, that angle rarely gets hit. Maybe it actually does a year ago. We've been in the controller sauce for a while. But man, Cody's just he plays too strong.
He's really, really confident right now. Leffen, okay, that's the Leffen loves to do those repeated up tilts to try to mix you up on the tech. And okay, goes for the read.
Wow. What a smart spot to start the Firefox as well. It's unback airable. You can't do anything from that weird little upward angle.
Yeah, you just have to make a read. You 50-50 it.
Yeah, you 50-50 it. Yeah, and Leffen missed it.
Leffen at 19, you know, you really want to I think that ledge dash up smash was awesome. At 114 somehow Cody lived, and now Cody has gotten the knockdown that he needs to potentially rack up a ton of damage.
Keeps spot dodging. He's stuck in shield. He spot dodged twice out of shield and then just held that one. Not looking good.
Not looking good. Fourth match almost just ending that stock right there.
Nice little drift in back air as well. Ooh. And then gets that back air, and Cody Schwab beats Leffen 3-1.
Yeah.
That's top 8.
That's top 8. Cody played really well. I definitely do think Leffen picked it up. Like, honestly, like, I don't know. I'm not like a body language expert. Leffen, I mean, the way the set started, I think he was kind of disgusted. I think the way the set ended up, I think Leffen doesn't even look that mad about it. He's kind of like,
he doesn't. Yeah, you know Leffen usually wears that on his sleeve where he's like, you can
he
tell
wore
he's pissed.
Game 1 he did.
Yeah, and then I think I think it was a good point when he picked it up that you said, you know, he likes to play perfect. And when he did play a really smart, clean game, he was like, you know what, everything's fine.
Everything's fine,
Even if I lose, like, you know.
I can do it, yeah.
L cancel rate. Cody clearly the worst player, getting lucked.
Luck
box.
Luck box. Fewer neutral wins. You know, it's funny because we always talk about how I almost kind of like that it's not on here, but just because it's such a centralizing statistic that if it's on the screen, it almost should be the only thing you look at.
Neutral wins?
Openings per kill.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Is not on here.
Oh, it's not on here, yeah. I guess that is the one you magnetize toward.
And I think it for good reason. Like,
because it's juicy.
Yeah. Shout outs to Da, the Donkey Kong, who posted a Twitter image of getting a 1.0 openings per kill game on a Marth. That's crazy. I've never had that's a perfect game.
Yeah,
it's not even a JV5, but it's like
you know what's funny? That's why we like that stat so much. Is because it has a perfect state.
Yeah,
it has a win state, and it's 1. And anything that gets close to 1, it's super interesting.
It's super interesting. And as the opponent, you're like, well, damn, And dude, there is this great recent Armada quote. It's like, you know what? I honestly think it was. Armada, I guess, did like I think it was with Metafire, so it's like a doc, like a...
Yeah, he did like a Peach, was it a Peach guy?
Yeah, like Peach
Fiction
guy, yeah.
did one, Armada did one.
Right. I'm not a Peach player, so I didn't watch the guide, but I did see like the trailer when Armada was kind of like shouting it out, and production value looked pretty high, and Armada had this quote that was, the closer you get to one opening, one stock, the better. But he said it in his Armada way, and I was like, "Oh, that's cold."
Where it is cold.
And you walked that walk, because that was the Armada.
It was.
He would touch people and they would die.
He would grab Mango's Fox no matter what the tournament, and just it's lights out.
Yeah.